And in this class, we are discussing about classification of DC generators based on excitation. Right? Different types of classification of DC generators. What is mean by excitation? Excitation means we are giving external supply to the generator to produce the magnetic flux. Right? Excitation means giving DC supply to the field winding, which in turn produce magnetic flux. When we are giving the DC supply to the motor generator, it will to produce the magnetic flux. We are giving external excitation. Right? So excitation means giving the DC supply to the field winding, which in turn to produce the magnetic flux. So what is armature winding? Armature winding is a collection of conductors connected in some fashion. Already we are discussed about last class what is armature and what is armature winding. Armature winding has this number of slots. In this number of slots we are giving we are producing winding in that. So the collection of conductors connected in different fashions. A shunt field winding. Shunt means parallel. Shunt field winding has many number of turns. Shunt field winding has high resistance compared to other winding of DC generators because it connected in parallel. That's why it is having high resistance. So compared to other windings of DC generators, shunt field winding must be connected in parallel to the armature. Shunt means parallel. Already told. The shunt field winding is connected to the parallel to the armature winding. That's why it is called as shunt field winding. Next, series field winding. Series field winding is connected in series with the armature. Series field winding has less number of turns. Series field winding has low resistance because it is connected in series. Series field winding must be connected in series with the armature. When armature is connected in series with the armature, it is called series field winding. When the armature is connected parallel to the shunt field winding, it is called as shunt field winding. Right? Interpole winding. Interpole winding is to reduce the armature reaction effect. Main the concept of interpole winding is already we have north pole, south pole. In between where there is a small pole, that is called interpole, which are having very low resistance compared to series and shunt field windings. Right? Interpole have the function to reduce the armature reaction effect to commutating joule. To main the armature reaction effect, to reduce the armature reaction effect, we use interpoles. They eliminate the need to shift the brushes assembly. Interpoles are similar to the main field poles and located on the yoke between the main field poles with the same polarity. Right? Here the main point is same polarity. The main poles having which polarity? The north pole or south pole. The interpoles also same polarity in between the main poles, two main poles to the main poles. To the main function of this interpoles is to reduce the armature reaction effect. Right? Having low resistance compared to other field windings. Right? Having less number of turns. Right? Interpoles must be connected in series with the armature. Right? What is classification of DC generators? Right? Here it is called separately excited DC generator. Separately excited means here armature winding is separate from the field winding. So both are separately. So that is why it's called as separately excited DC generator. And next, self excited. Self automatically it excited with the generators. These are the different types of self excited DC generators. Right? One is shunt generator. Shunt generator means here armature winding is connected parallel to the field winding. That is why it's called as shunt generator. Next, series generator. Series generator is armature winding is connected in series with the field winding. Field winding is connected with the armature winding. Next, compound generators. Compound generators are two types here: long shunt and short shunt. Here the series and shunt field windings are connected in series and parallel to the armature. It is called compound generators, both series and parallel. So here the types of compound generators or long shunt compound generator and short shunt compound generators. Here these are the two, the over picture, continuing complete picture of these types of generators. Here it is self-excited DC generator and separately excited. Separately excited DC generator means here it is armature, here it is field, here it is armature, here it is field. Both are separate from each other. Here it is armature winding, here it is field winding. Both are separate. So that is why it's called as separately excited DC generator. And it is another one is self-excited. Self-excited means here it is armature winding, here it is shunt field winding. The armature winding is in parallel with the field winding is parallel with the armature winding. It is called shunt field winding. Here it is armature winding, here it is field winding. The field winding is in series with the armature, and that is why it is called as series winding. A compound means two types. One is long shunt and short shunt. Here on the armature is connected in series with the series and both are parallels, so it is called as compound generator, right? So these are the different types of DC generators, right? Separately excited DC generator, self-excited DC generator. The self-excited DC generator are always again classified into three types: series, shunt, compound generators. Again compound generator is classified into two types. One is long shunt compound generator, another one is short shunt compound generator. Here the different types of different voltage and current equations for different generators. First one is separately excited DC generator, right? Separately excited means here armature winding is separately excited with the field winding. Here armature means generated EMF EG. We are taking current from armature, that is called IA, armature current. The current is giving to load, that is IL. Here V is the terminal voltage across armature. Here field winding, this is the field winding. We are taking the field winding, we are current from field, that is called IF field winding. Here it is a source battery, right? The voltage drop in the armature, V equal to I into R. We know already formula VA equal to IA into RA. IA is armature current, RA is armature resistance, right? Here the current is armature current IA, IL is load current, V is the terminal voltage, EG is the generated EMF, right? When we see the armature, the current equations, first write the here IA current is equal to load current. IA current is equal to load current. Here let's say IA equal to IL, that is equal to I. Why? Because here armature is in series with the load, so that's why armature current is equal to the load current. Then the voltage across the load is equal to V equal to I into RA. Here I equal to IA equal to IL or anything. So V equal to I into RA plus BCD. BCD means brush contact drop. So always it is almost 1 volts or 2 volts. If having two brushes, each having 1 volt, so it almost plus 2 volts, right? If the power generated equal to which is for what formula? Power equal to V into I. Here V means EG, terminal armature induced EMF. Induced EMF means generator. So the power generated PG equal to EG into I, and the power delivered to the external load is P equal to V into I. In this type, the field winding is excited by the separate source of DC current. The field current can be varied by a variable resistance connected in series. It's connected in series, field resistance. Right? Next, self-excited generators. Self-excited generators, it energizes by the current produced by the generator itself. Self means it has a single coil, automatically single excitation. Initially there is always some residual magnetism present in the poles. Next one is DC shunt generator. Here shunt generator means armature winding. This is armature winding. Armature winding is, the field winding is parallel to the armature winding, so that is why it is called as DC generator, right? Here we are taking the current from armature, right? Armature. Here it is load current, here it is armature current, here it is shunt field winding, because it is the parallel to the armature, so it is shunt field current ISH. Load current is IL, IA. So the total current is IA equal to ISH plus IL. IL equal to load, ISH equal to shunt field current, IA equal to armature current. In this generator, the field winding is connected in parallel with the armature. The field winding is connected with the parallel winding, right? Here see, here RSH equal to shunt field resistance, ISH equal to shunt field current, RA equal to armature resistance, IA equal to armature current, EG equal to generated EMF, IL equal to load current, IA equal to armature current, V equal to terminal voltage. Here armature current IA is dividing into two parts. One is ISH, another one is IL. IA equal to ISH plus IL. The total armature current in shunt field winding is ISH plus IL. Here the shunt field current is equal to ISH equal to, what is I equal to, actually formula I equal to V by R. Here in shunt field current, that is ISH equal to V by RSH, right? Then the voltage across the load equal to the voltage V equal to which formula for in generators, EG minus IA RA, EG minus IA RA plus BCD, right? Here EG minus IA RA, in substitute IA equal to ISH plus IL. So the total formula V equal to EG minus ISH plus IL into RA. So V equal to EG minus ISH RSH plus IL RL. So that is the formula. So power generated equal to formula EG into I. Here we are using generated EMF, EG into I. And the power delivered to the external load. So P equal to PL equal to VL into I. In DC series generator, in this generator the field winding is connected in series with the armature, right? See here it is armature winding, here it is series winding is connected with the armature. Here is the current is, here it is armature current, here it is series field winding, here it is load current. Because these are connected in series, so IA equal to ISC equal to IL. So IA armature current is equal to series field current is equal to IL. So the field winding consists of less number of turns. Shunt field winding consists of more number of turns. Series field winding consists of less number of turns with thick wire. Yeah, here showing the figure shows, here EG generated EMF, from this we get IA armature current, this is a series field winding, from this we are getting current ISE series field current, right? Here it is load IL, right? Here says the ISE series field winding resistance RSC, the current flowing through the series field winding is ISC, armature resistance is RA, armature current is IA, load current is IL, terminal voltage is V, the generated EMF is EG. Let IA, here is already I told, here IA equal to ISC equal to IL equal to I. Why? Because these are all connected in series. So IA armature current is equal in series with the ISE series field winding. The series field winding is in series with the armature IA armature current is in series with the ISC series field winding is in series with the IL. So these are connected all are in series. So in series the current is same. So that's why IA equal to ISC equal to IL equal to I. So then the voltage across the load is equal to same formula, V equal to EG minus IA RA. Here IA equal to ISC or IL or anything I. So the total in series field winding, the formula is V equal to EG minus IRA plus BCD. The power generated is equal to EG into I. Power generated. So this is the generated power. The PG means the generated power, and the power delivered to the external load load the power is P equal to V into I. The P equal to V into I. I means IL. In DC compound generators, there are two types of combination of two types of windings. One is series and shunt winding, right? Here it is shunt field winding. Here it is shunt field winding. Here it is series field winding. These are the armature. It is armature. It is series. It is shunt. These are the load, right? First, in these two types, one is long shunt DC compound generator, another one is short shunt. First, we have discussed long shunt DC compound generator. Long shunt means that here this is the armature, here it is series field winding, right? Armature is in series with the series field winding is in series with the armature. The total combination is connected parallel across to the shunt field winding, right? So that is called long shunt. So the combination of the shunt field winding is long. So that is why called as long shunt DC compound generator. In the generator, the shunt field winding is connected parallel to both armature and series winding, right? Yeah, the shunt field winding is connected the both armature and series field winding parallel to the armature and series. Here the shunt field winding current is equal to same ISH equal to V by I equal formula V I equal to V by R. So same shunt field winding, so ISH equal to V by RSH. So armature current IA here see the here again you see the current IA. The current IA is divided into two types, IL, ISH. The armature current armature current is divided into two, IL, IS. So IA equal to IL plus ISH. IA equal to IL plus ISH. Again here again the IA equal to in series with the ISC. So here again IA equal to ISC. Both are same because it is connected in series. So IA equal to ISC is equal to ISH plus IL. Here it is see here armature current IA equal to series field current, IA equal to ISC. Here ISC or IA both are same, ISC equal to IL plus ISH, right? Next, voltage across to the load, V equal to actual formula is V equal to Eg minus IRA, right? IRA, substitute IA equal to what? IA equal to ISC equal to IL plus ISH. So substitute IA equal to Eg minus IA. So actual formula is V equal to Eg minus IA. IA means IL plus ISH into RA. Actual formula, actual V equal to Eg minus IL plus ISH into RA, right? Again V equal to Eg minus IL into RSH, IL into R plus ISH into RSH. So that is the formula. Next, power generated is equal to P equal to Eg into IA, and the power delivered to the load is equal to PL equal to V into IL. This is the long shunt DC generator. Again short shunt DC generator. In this generator, the shunt field is connected across the armature terminals only. In the long shunt generator, the shunt field winding is connected to the both armature and series field winding. In short shunt generator, the shunt field winding is connected to the only across to the armature winding. Here only across to the armature. In long shunt generator, it is connected across this, but in short shunt generator, the shunt field winding is connected across to the only armature. Right. Here series field current is equal to ISC. See here, in this current IA, current is here, this IA is again divided into ISH and IL. Two currents, ISH, IL. The IA current is divided into ISH plus IL, but IL equal to ISC because these two are connected in series, right? IL equal to ISC because load current IL equal to in series with the series field current. Shunt field current is divided into ISH. ISH equal to, see here, right? Here ISH shunt field current is ISH equal to V plus ISC RSC by RSH because of its drop. The drop current ISH plus ISC RSC. V equal to ISC RSC drop. This is the drop by total resistant RSH. ISC RSC by RSH. Armature current is equal to IA equal to ISH plus IL. The voltage across the current is V equal to, actual formula is V equal to EG minus IARA. Right here, write IA in place of IA, ISH plus IL. So ISC RSC. The power generated to the power generated is equal to P equal to EG into IA. The power delivered to the load is, external load is PL equal to V into IL. Right. Here, again in compound wound generator, the shunt field is stronger than the series field winding. Shunt field winding stronger than, because series field winding has less number of turns and the shunt field winding has more number of turns. When the series field extend the shunt field, the generator is said to be commutatively compound generator. Cumulatively compound generator. Right. When the series field extends the shunt field, the generator is said to be cumulatively compound generator. Right. On the other hand, if the series field opposes the shunt field, the generator is said to be differential compound generator. Right. Here, series field assists the shunt field. The generator is cumulatively compound generator. Here, the series field opposes the shunt field. The generator is known as differentially compound generator. Differentially compound generator. Right. Here, in this class, we are discussed about classification of generators based on their excitation. What are the classification? These are the two types of classification: self-excited and separately excited. The self-excited again classified into three types: series, shunt, and compound. Right. In again, compound is converted in divided into two types. One is long shunt and another one is short shunt. The voltage and current equations also we have discussed in this class. Shunt, series, compound, long shunt, and short shunt. In the class, we have discussed about classification of DC generators based on excitation and the current and voltage equations of different DC generators. Right. For series, shunt, compound, long shunt, short shunt. Right. In this class, we are able to know derivation of EMF equation of DC generator. Derive the EMF equation of DC generator. Right. See, first let us consider the flux. The flux phi equal to flux per pole in Webers. When the coil enters into the magnetic flux, the flux is produced. The flux is known as EMF. The flux, the flux is in Webers. The total number of armature conductors. The total number of armature conductors. N is armature rotation speed. Armature rotations in RPM, rotations per minute. P is the number of poles. So each machine has different poles, 2-pole machine or 4 poles. Here it is the P equal number of poles. A is the number of parallel paths. E.g., the EMF induced in any one of the parallel paths of the armature. So the total generated EMF we have to find. So the average EMF generated per conductor, actually according to Faraday's second law, the induced EMF is equal to rate of change of flux linkages. The induced EMF is here it is average EMF. The average EMF per generated per conductor is, that is E equal to N into d phi by dt. Here d phi is the flux, change in flux, and the dt means the change in time. The flux cut per conductor in one revolution, that is d phi. The flux cut per conductor one revolution is 5 into P. 5, that means flux into number of poles. Right. The number of revolutions per second. How many revolutions per second? The number of means per minute per second 60, per minute 160 seconds. So that is number of revolutions per second is N by 60. N means number of revolutions speed. time for one revolution, that is dt equal to 60 by n. So here it is number of revolutions per second n by 60, that the time for revolution per dt is 60 by n. So substitute d phi is 5p and dt is 60 by n in this formula. So we get the average EMF. So what is the rate of change of flux linkages is d phi by dt, flux per conductor per second, d phi by dt. Here d phi is 5p by dt. Dt means 60 by n. So totally actually it is d phi by dt. d phi means 5p by dt means 60 by n. 60 by n. So total formula is 5p n by 60. So here d phi is 5p, dt is 60 by n, right? Totally n is goes to upwards 5p n by 60, right? And then the EMF generated per conductor, so that is 5p n by 60 volts. EMF in always in volts, so 5p n by 60 volts. Suppose if it has z number of conductors, right? So 5p n into z by 60 volts. If number of conductors is multiplied with the average EMF, and the number of parallel paths equal to A. For lap winding, A equal to P. For wave winding, A equal to 2. The number of parallel paths for lap winding, A equal to P. For wave winding, A equal to, simply you have to know that here it is LAP, P equal to P, that is armature number of parallel paths equal to P in lap winding. So another one is A equal to for wave. So in lap it is P. So in lap winding the armature parallel paths is P. In wave winding the armature parallel paths are 2. The total generated EMF path is Eg equal to 5 n z into P by 60 into A. Here the number of armature parallel paths is divided in armature EMF equation. So 5z np by 60 into A. Here this is the total EMF equation, right? So mainly the EMF equation is the induced EMF equal to rate of change of flux linkages, that is d phi by dt. Here d phi means 5 into P, number of flux, total flux into number of poles, and the dt, the time taken to revolution to complete one cycle, that is dt equal to 60 by n. So substitute in that formula, you get this answer. And again, if number of conductors, so into z, and number of parallel paths, for wave winding it is 2 and lap winding it is P. So divide that, so we get the EMF equation Eg equal to 5z np by 60 into A, P by A, right? Here it is a simple problem, right? A 4-pole lap wound DC shunt generator has 36 slots and 18 conductors per slot. It supplies a load of 100 amps and 250 volts. The armature and the field resistance are 0.05 ohms and 100 ohms respectively. The flux per pole is 0.03 Weber. Calculate the speed of the armature, right? Again you have to read the problem. A 4-pole means P equal to 4, right? P equal to 4. A 4-pole machine, it is a 4-pole machine, that is DC shunt generator, right? Here it is 36 slots and 18 conductors per slot. So total Z equal to, Z is number of conductors, total 36 slots in and 18 conductors per slot. In one slot it is 18 conductors. So total Z equal to 36 into 18. So one total slots are 36, each slot containing 18 conductors, so multiplied with 36. So Z equal to 36 into 18, right? Next, it supplies a load of 100 amps. Load means IL equal to 100 amps and 250 volts. Voltage, terminal voltage is 250. The armature and field resistance. Armature resistance is 0.05 ohms and field resistance is 100 ohms. In DC generator, you observe always the shunt field resistance is more compared to another armature or series. So always DC shunt generator is more field resistance. DC shunt field resistance is more respectively, right? And the flux per pole phi equal to 0.03 webers. Calculate the speed. You have to find the speed in this formula. So Eg equal to, already formula we know, Eg equal to phi divided by 60 into P by A. From that we calculate the speed of a armature, right? So here given data, P equal to 4, number of parallel paths, right? Here it is right, it is 4 pole lap given, right? Here it is lap winding, a 4 pole lap means P. So A equal to number of parallel paths equal to P in lap winding. So P equal to 4, number of parallel paths A equal to P equal to 4, right? Total number of conductors Z equal to, right, number of slots into number of slots per conductor, total conductors. Load current IL equal 100 amps, terminal voltage 250 volts, armature winding resistance RA is 0.05 ohms and shunt field winding is RSH is 100 ohms, right? Flux per pole is 0.03 webers. So actual formula is, so this is the formula. Eg equal to 5 by 60 into P by A. From that we have to find N. So N equal to what? Eg into 60 into A by 5ZP, right? N equal to Eg into 60 into A by 5Z into P. So first we have to find the generated EMF. Eg equal for a DC generator, Eg equal to V plus Ia Ra. So V plus Ia Ra. Ia equal to, V is given 250. Ia equal to what? Ia equal for generator IL plus ISH. So Ia equal to IL plus IS. Ia, what is ISH? ISH equal to V by RSH. ISH equal to V by RSH. Total voltage given, shunt field current is given. So we get the ISH shunt field current. Again Ia equal to IL plus ISH. Total 102.5. So Eg equal to V plus IaRa. Total voltage, terminal voltage plus Ia 102.5 into 0.05. So total generated EMF is 255.12. Substitute that value in speed. So Eg, N equal to Eg into 60 into A by Eg into 6, N equal to Eg into 60 into A by 5 into Z. Eg is 255.12 volts, 12 volts into 60 into A. A equal to what? A equal to lap winding, A equal to P. PP gets cancelled. So 5 into Z. So 60 into 225.12 into by flux 0.03 into Z equal to 36 into 18. So total N equal to 787.4 RPM, right? So in this class we are discussed the total the EMF equation of DC generator and the problem. Next class we are discussed about all the problems, right? Thank you.